Do you have a fun fact about owls' eyes?
Yeah.
Bring it to us, Big Daddy.
I forgot.
All
No,
right.
you didn't.
Yeah, I did. They can't move their eyes.
Which is why
They can't move their eyes, so they have to like look around with their head. They have to use their head so they look around.
They move their neck.
Yeah, they move their neck.
That's why their necks can move so much.
Gotcha.
Because their eyeballs don't move.
Also, their legs are very, very long.
Really?
Yeah. They look like they're just this big, but when
Yeah.
they like pull up their hair, they're like.
Oh. Wow.
They're probably like. It's kind of weird.
So their feathers are like hella thick and plentiful.
Thick leg boopers.
They got skinny legs. They skip leg day.
Yeah.
And oop.
How long do you think our toaster takes to toast bread on the highest setting?
5 minutes.
Really?
Do you think it's longer?
No, I don't think, but I think it's long.
It feels so long when you're waiting.
I know. Well, I would say it's 3 to 4 minutes, but you don't toast things.
Never. Only for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put them right in the middle.
Yeah.
Is where I do my toasting.
You say you like it between 3 and 4.
Yeah, depending on the item.
Yeah. This morning I made you English muffin, and I buttered it, and I brought it to you in bed and served you, because you're my domestic queen. But English muffin, what do you put it on the toaster?
3.5.
3.5.
What do you do?
Our thing is 1 to 7, right?
I don't know.
It's 1 to 7. I put it at 3.5.
You did?
Yeah. And then it came out, and I was like, has this thing even toasted? So I put it back down again. And as it happens with English muffins, I popped it out after 45 seconds or so. And then, like, the smaller side was kind of toasted, but then the thicker side was still pretty much raw.
I like it raw. I like it squishy.
Raw dogging it. Why do you even toast it?
Because I like it a little toasty.
Do you like brown?
No.
So you don't like actual changing of of the molecules?
Yeah.
Into
I like a bit of brown. Sun-kissed.
Golden brown. The muffin I gave you this morning, it was adequate?
Yeah, it was a little hard.
Really? Wait, meaning hard, meaning I toasted it too long?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like, what the heck?
Well, you are Mr. Crunchy. You like everything
hard.
Burnt and hard as a rock.
I go ham on the toast. But recently I've decided I'm not going to toast my bread for sandwiches anymore because I don't want to wait. I'm so impatient and it takes so long. And then I'm like, I just stare at it and I keep wanting to hit the cancel button and pop it up. And I'm like, is it 60% toasted? Is it 80%, 90%? And I'm all about that texture, as you know, darling. And I do love the crunch. It's very satisfying, but I'm to the point where I'm just like, I don't have much time left on this. I don't want to be staring at a flippin' toaster. But, well, like when I put the hash brown patties in the toaster oven, but those, like, I've set out like an hour and a half of my life to where I will eat these eventually.
Those are worth the wait.
Yeah, those are big time worth the wait. And I think it's the short time, since it's just a couple minutes of the toaster, that like I'm like, let's go. Whereas I set the max when I do the hash brown patties in the toaster oven, it's like 45 minutes or so. It's like I got some time to kick back, to lay back and chill, as they say.
And oop. Just be normal. Why can't you be normal? And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Good evening.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me at our dining room table for our little program here. Okay, we went to Trader Joe's today. And why did we go to Trader Joe's? Because it's your annual haircut appointment at
My every 6 weeks haircut.
Yeah. Well, every 6 weeks there's a haircut, and then every 12 weeks is a full-on styling.
Yeah, like full-on color cut that takes 3 hours.
Right. And the haircut is 45 minutes or so. And you go to a lady named Hazy, and she works at Texture Salon in Fair Oaks, California, which is directly across the street from Trader Joe's. So when you do your haircut, your 45-minute appointments, it's go time for me to go to Trader Joe's, because in West Sacramento, we don't have a nearby Trader Joe's.
A travesty, really.
The nearest one is Folsom Boulevard, I would say. Maybe Arden.
Probably.
Yeah. And both are just too far out of the way. But when you do make it out to Hazy's, what I do is I go across the street and go through the same 4 aisles over and over and over and over again for 45 minutes straight. But it's I find it enjoyable.
You love it.
It's entertaining. It's something to do. So we drove out there. Your appointment was at 9 a.m. Super early.
Too early.
We left here at like 8:20 or so. And then drove to Texture Salon, parked, and then I just walked across the street, because when you're done with your hair, you hop in the car, you go across the street, and we find each other. We run into each other's waiting arms, and we say, "We miss you. I miss you."
We have a big bear hug in the middle of the Trader Joe's aisle.
It's not embarrassing, because we ain't no shame in our game. Okay. First of all, going to and fro, there was a lot of traffic, especially so Saturday morning at 8:20 a.m. There were a lot of cars.
Sunrise Boulevard is always very busy.
Yeah.
It's right by the Sunrise and Madison Avenue intersection.
Yeah.
Super busy all the time.
Yeah. But, I'm specifically talking about the Fitty, Highway Fitty.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
the drive out there.
Yeah. There were traffic coming to and fro.
Yeah, where are these people going early on a Saturday morning?
Yeah, exactly.
Are they going to get their haircut and go to Trader Joe's?
That's what they're wondering about us. Well, it made me think about when I used to be a young man, honey. And in college, we would get high, and I wouldn't drive.
Say what?
There would be a designated driver, but we'd be in the passenger or the back seat, and I would be stoned out of my mind, just looking around. Oh, where are all these cars going, man? Where's everyone going, man? What's everyone up to? What's everyone doing?
I always wonder what are these people doing?
Yeah.
What are all of you doing?
Yeah. Well, I think everyone wonders that. Everyone's just living their life. But seriously, what were all the flipping cars on Highway 50 at 8:20 a.m. Doing, going east? So we parked and then walked across Sunrise Boulevard. Now, so parked at Texture Salon. You went in to get your hair did with Hazy, and what I did was, because last time I had the kids, Luna and Lennox, the wild childs, with me, so I waited for the crosswalk sign. I pressed the button and I crossed safely, because Sunrise Boulevard can get a little dicey. Lots of traffic. But today, I didn't press no button. I didn't wait for no green guy walking. Is the guy walking sign, is that green or white?
White.
Oh, wow. That's racial, first of all.
It's a white man.
I didn't want to wait. So I ran across, and there was traffic and there were cars.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Why are you being so reckless?
Because it feels good to be bad. Sometimes it feels good.
Did you feel wild and young and free?
To break the law, yeah. The Trader Joe's had the masks sign outside saying CDC requirement. And then you walk in there, and some people have a mask on. Sometimes it's pulled up. I saw one mom who didn't have a mask. No, she had a mask completely pulled up. But her two daughters, who were around 6-ish years old, I want to say, had no mask. I'm not an anti-masker. I'm an anti-masker. I just observe. But once I saw a few people with masks pulled down, I pulled mine down below my nose.
Okay.
Again, sometimes it feels good to be bad. There were too many cashiers. It was slow, even though it was 9 a.m. ish. They had a lot of cashiers, which you never see anymore. You kind of like walking around Walmart trying to find a cashier is like a needle in the haystack.
Target too.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah, and they seem bored because they're just sitting there waiting for you. And the Trader Joe's, like most Trader Joe's, it's not a huge, giant Walmart supercenter or Costco warehouse. It's a very small space, small area. So you tend to walk past the cashiers repeatedly. And so they're like, please check out. Come here. Come. Give me some work to do. I'm bored. Make me busy. I'm ready for checkout. And it's just like, I'm still browsing. So that was a little anxiety, a little odd relationship. There's always lots of people browsing. And that's the thing about Trader Joe's. It's aspirational. Like, I was thinking about it the other day. So Whole Foods is like the hippie who became an executive. Like they used to be about free love, but they got a good job and they got a nice house and they moved out to the burbs. Trader Joe's is the hippie who's still like all about that free love, man, and still with the Volkswagen bus. And obviously they're very successful, but they seem to at least try to have some sort of the corporate man sucks, man, and down with CEOs in Wall Street. But there's lots of people browsing, and so people just like stop. So there's a lot of, and again, it's a tight space. The aisles are not huge by any means, so people just going from item to item, their cart stopping, and they got to read the description. They got to look at the box, and that's part of the fun is discovery of Trader Joe's. But it also leads to a lot of just traffic jams, traffic problems. The music they were playing, two songs that were noteworthy. One was Olivia Newton-John, "Physical."
I love that song.
It's a good song. When it came on this morning in the Trader Joe's, I was like, "Oh, this is."
I love the video too.
Yes. I totally thought about the video. The leotard or whatever, is that what the girls in the 80s wore?
Yeah.
And then the headband.
Yep.
And
the tight
spandex, leg warmers. And then they also played Tone Loc "Wild Thing," which is a classic. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Would you like to hear my interpretation of it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I used to do in the early 90s, honey.
Okay.
Or was it the late 80s? I think it was the late 80s. See, everyone was into Tone Loc's like shopping at the mall, looking for like his voice.
Sure.
But I was all about the beat. So here's my Justin Timberlake beatboxing interpretation of "Wild Thing." Please, baby, please.
That was really good.
No applause. One of the items that I looked forward to was Cacio e Pepe.
Cacio e Pepe.
Puffs.
Oh, the puffs.
Yeah. Well, that's their new hot item. They didn't have them, but I was okay with that because it just based on pictures, it looked like pirate booty.
They were going to be underwhelming, totally.
Yeah. Pirate booty with like a scant amount of pepper.
A light dusting of pepper.
Yeah, so...
boring. I wasn't excited at all for those, so no loss.
Yeah, they didn't have them, and I was completely fine with that. But TJ's has gone all in with the Cacio e Pepe flavor or motif, or much like pumpkin spice in the fall. Cacio e Pepe is the new hotness. So they have the Cacio Pepe Spaghetti, which we got. They have Cacio Pepe Puffs. Didn't have them at this particular location, but they're all over the internet. They had, last time we were there, they had Cacio e Pepe Ravioli. And then also today they had Cacio e Pepe sauce. So, like
a white sauce, right? Was it
a
white?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's what the spaghetti we bought. It's a white sauce with some sort of cheese thing.
Yeah. Would you call it fettuccine Alfredo-ish?
It's similar.
I'd say it's more cheesy and less creamy, less dairy-y.
Yeah.
And it's just lighter.
It's a lot better, I think. I don't really like Alfredo.
Yeah.
It's okay. But...
Agree. So, and then, lo and behold, you show up. I forget what time, 9:45-ish, honey.
My beautiful, shiny curls bouncing.
Yes, you were shaking your head to and fro in slow motion, and I ran to you. I spotted you across the nightclub, and I ran into your arms. Yes.
You kind of jumped when you saw me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you were shocked.
And so you had just come from your little 45-minute dealio. So you told me this, but I would like you to tell it now, honey. Two things. Hazy's loud blow dryer and her salon got broken into.
Yeah, I'll tell the breaking in story first, because that is the reason.
It was surprising that this happens, yeah.
Yeah, so Hazy tells me that their salon got broken into.
Yeah.
And all of everybody's equipment was stolen, like their scissors, their brushes, their combs, their hair dryers, their curlers, etc. Everything's stolen. Because apparently, and I said to her, it's kind of odd that a salon would get robbed like that. And she said, oh no, it happens all the time in general, not to them. Yeah. But this equipment is worth so much money. It's so expensive. Yeah. So people can turn around and sell it.
Well, name some of the prices.
So she had a pair of shears that cost $1,000.
Scissors.
She paid $1,000 for these shears.
Scissors.
Blow dryer cost $500.
Wow.
Some other tool, I forgot what it was $800.
Jeez. So, who would have thunk this? Because I'm like a Great Clips guy. And like I can buy what they have at Great Clips. We have a couple wall
we have our own little
trimmers.
salon down in our garage.
And nothing costs over $70-$80.
Well, according to Hazy.
Yeah. Well,
I
can absolutely see the price. Like, I know there's a Dyson hair blow dryer that costs several $100s. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I could totally see $500, $800. And well, ain't no one out here breaking into great clips. But in terms of salon and the kind of machinery and the price associated, and they just flip it. They put it on Craigslist or eBay, whatever.
eBay. So she said her and her coworkers have been like scouring the internet looking for stuff that's for sale to try to see if it's the person reselling their items. Yeah. So they're waiting for the insurance to pay them. And then she's going to buy all new stuff. But in the meantime, she bought low quality stuff. Which to her, like, a pair of scissors cost $100.
Right.
She bought these. She was like, this is such crap. This is horrible. And I'm sitting there. She's about to cut my hair. I'm like, well, is my haircut going to be bad? Yeah. Is this going to affect me today? Yeah. So she's complaining on and on the whole time.
Is she aware that Dollar Tree sells scissors, honey?
Her combs cost $10. Her brushes cost $20 each.
Jeez. Unbelievable. So, who knew?
Well, look at me. Look at this.
Yes.
This ain't cheap here.
The long billowing locks of gorgeous meaty hair.
Meaty.
What did I say? When you wake up in the morning and your hair. When you wake up and your hair is asunder, cascading down, you are at your most beautiful, your prettiest, in my humble opinion. And then, so she had a different hair dryer that was loud.
Yeah, she bought this hair dryer that's crap. It's horrible.
Yeah.
According to her. And it was really loud. It's a lot louder than usual.
Yeah.
So she's blow drying my hair. And she's a talker. Yeah. She's so chatty. Yeah. And usually I just want to sit there and kind of relax.
Yeah.
Although, like, after all these years, we're buddies.
Yeah.
We only see each other at my appointments, but we're still kind of friends. Like, we chat. We know about each other's families and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I love talking to her, but it gets old after, like, especially my 3-hour-long appointments.
I can imagine 3 hours.
I get tired, Hazy. I need a break. But she's just talk, loves it. Yeah. So she's blow drying my hair. It's so loud. Obviously right by my ears.
Yeah.
And she's talking to me the whole time. She has a mask on. I have a mask on.
Oh, dear.
And she's asking me questions, and so I'm yelling to reply to her.
Yeah.
And she keeps saying, "What?" But she doesn't stop talking the whole time.
That's when you laugh. You go, "Oh yeah." And then if you want to throw this on top, honey, cherry on top, you go, that's crazy.
That's crazy is always a good response.
I do that. I do the laugh. Yeah. Because I listen to podcasts all day at work pretty much. And then my job doesn't involve a lot of conversation and interaction, but when it does, and I'm in the middle of a pod, if I can sense it as something urgent and important, then I'll pause it. But if it's just like, living the dream, huh? Which I actually got this week.
Oh gosh.
And I was just like, yeah. And then I walk out. So you enter stage right. We collapse into each other's arms because we miss each other so much. First thing you said, you asked me, do they have cuties here? And I said, produce? Because I was in the snack section, I was in the trail mix section, I was in the frozen section. But you seem determined to get some fruits and or veggies, fresh fruits and or veggies. I
sure did, and we sure did.
Yeah, there was so much good stuff, and
so much.
I was like, we need a new freezer. We need another freezer. Can we, on our way home, can we stop at Lowe's and or Home Depot and get a freezer for our garage?
Yeah,
because there was so much stuff.
No joke. Can we get a freezer for our garage?
Yeah, eventually. How much do you think those things cost?
1,000?
Yeah, I guess size.
I have no idea.
I guess size, but for our little annex, I think a few $100 would.
Yeah, we don't want a huge one. Can't fit one anyway.
Yeah. So you were super hungry.
Yes.
And you grabbed one of their wraps. I don't like their wraps. I always end up with too much. I was like, there's so much tortilla here.
So much, yeah.
And we usually eat them right in the car because we're hungry and we get our groceries and head to the car and then we just start devouring wraps. And normally I can work with too much tortilla because I can kind of manipulate and finagle and just deal with it. But when it comes to eating in the car, I want it like as easy as possible, as simple as possible. And trying to get around all that tortilla was just, it's too much to ask. So I staved off my hunger for another half hour. But you got their buffalo chicken wrap?
Yep. And it came with like a blue cheese white dip.
Did you use the dip?
Heck yeah.
Okay. Because that's another thing. Like, there's too much tortilla and then there's liquid and we're sitting in your car and there's a lot to handle, and so I'm
really talented at eating in the car.
That's true,
especially while driving.
You are
very good at it.
And that dressing dip, whatever, it's thicker. Sometimes
it's thick,
sometimes they have a really thin condiment, a little pouch, and then it becomes like very troublesome in your passenger seat. You paid with our Biden money.
And
Okay, you paid with your/our Biden stimulus money. Our total was about $80 in groceries, and then you got some juices.
Heck yeah!
Because you just got off a 3-day juice detox cleanse.
Yep.
And I would be all about that solid food life again, but you miss your juices.
I miss my juices. And I read on
why? What do you miss about them?
When I was in the midst of my juice cleanse and I was reading up on the internet about what to do after you get off it, it said, don't be surprised if you find yourself craving the juices.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, maybe. I totally am, though.
Yeah. And you bought 3 of them.
I bought a celery one. I bought a protein shake thing, and I forget the flavor of the other one.
Yeah.
It's like lemon and cayenne.
Yeah. But you haven't drank any. Are you going to drink them
Not yet.
This week at work or tomorrow? Or
I'm not sure when.
Yeah.
But
are you going to, is this a new thing? Are you going to buy $3 to $4 juices? And should I tell Grandma Teen about this so we can get her hot take on $4 bottles of juice?
I cannot wait for you to allow me to spend another $90 to do another 3-day cleanse. I really want to do it again.
How soon? Why?
How soon will you let me?
Oh dear, honey.
Maybe once every 3 months. Is that too often?
Yeah.
Once every 6 months.
Oh, okay, honey. I mean, it's can Joe Biden pay for it? Our cashier, she seemed angry. She was not having the greatest day or put out.
Not your typical Trader Joe's cashier.
Yeah.
They're usually full of gusto and conversation and enthusiasm.
She was not having us, or did she hate? Does she hate Joe? Does she hate Fair Oaks, California? Does she hate herself? Does she hate her job?
How could you hate working at Trader Joe's? I would love to work there.
Yeah.
Can I work there when I'm older?
Yes.
Yay!
I think if I had to do a retail job.
Totally.
Well, most people. That's why it's hard to get a job there, and they're very picky. Although they didn't seem to be very, very well. It's a labor shortage. They were like, we got to go down to the angry, musty lady.
And then I'm looking at the computer as she's bringing up our items, and I see 2 mandarin oranges.
Yeah. She
charged us for 2 bags.
Yeah.
So I brought it up. I said, "Oh, I think I think there's 2 oranges on there."
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh yeah, but I already voided it."
Yeah.
And so sure enough, I looked just below and it says voided. So I angered her further by accusing her of cheating us.
I know. She was even more upset after that. And the odd thing was that like the cashier next to her because it wasn't busy. So she was freed up and she came over, started bagging us stuff. She was perfectly nice and pleasant.
Very chipper.
So yes. it was like the A and B or the
it was quite the contrast.
The yin yang, the TNC Surf Hawaii logo there. One thing I noticed is that the cashier area is very small. Like Walmart has a long conveyor belt, and there's a lot of space to kind of bag and figure that all out. But with Trader Joe's, they got to keep stuff in the cart, which is why you got to push your cart all the way up to the register. And then they move it to their table, and then they move it to the bags. It's not very efficient process, but I guess they know what they're doing. This trader guy. So we came home, and we got the main things that we ate, the ones that we were looking most forward to, was the Trader Joe's spaghetti Cacio e Pepe. And also the Trader Joe's French onion macaroni and cheese. Yeah. We also got spring rolls.
Yeah. I don't even know what's in them.
I know.
Do you have any idea?
No, I think there's some meat and some veggies.
There's something brown in it.
And then we got stuffed gnocchi, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the stuffed one.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I cannot wait.
Yeah. They look good. But the Cacio Pepe, it wasn't there last time, so we were looking forward to that. And then the French onion, this morning I went through various Trader Joe's Instagram accounts. By the way, some fan accounts, hundreds of thousands of followers, dude. Like, wow, it's a whole industry. And then, so the French onion macaroni and cheese, I was like, I want to try this. And so that's what we ate when we got home. We put them, you did it. You put them in the microwave. You can cook them in the oven, but
50 minutes in the oven,
right?
As opposed to 8 minutes in the microwave.
Right. We were hungry. You had both the items on our dining room table.
I don't think the oven would have improved either. Like,
really?
Because it was just frozen pasta, which is totally yummy if you microwave it. It's not one of those items that you really need to do the oven to get the good quality.
But the French onion, macaroni and cheese, the croutons, it's described as croutons, but it was just one giant hard block.
That was cheese. That crusted.
That wasn't a crouton?
No, that was cheese that crusted into a giant crisp cheese disc. Okay. And a bunch of the croutons were stuck on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was that's what happened.
I see what was happening.
That wasn't supposed to happen like that.
Right. But I think an oven would have helped with that because it would have bubbled more.
Yeah, that's true. An oven would have helped that, but that ended up being the best part.
Yeah.
We both agreed.
Yeah. So let's get to our what we ate. The 2 items here. The first one, Trader Joe's spaghetti Cacio e Pepe. I don't know if it's Cacio or Cacio. Who cares? Which is described as spaghetti pasta in a rich, creamy sauce with pecorino, Romano cheese, and black pepper. Honey, thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
It was so good.
It was excellent.
And it was so peppery, so much black ground pepper or whatever, pepperini, whatever you said.
Yeah.
It was actually hot.
Yeah.
Like hot in my mouth because it was such a strong pepper flavor, but it was delicious.
A little spicy.
Yeah, spicy.
Yeah.
It was so yummy.
Yeah, I like that they didn't shy away from the black pepper. The sauce was very cheesy, rich, but without like being heavy or weighing down.
Yeah, totally.
Just the right amount. It was a good time had by all, and see, like as far as like pasta is concerned, I've spent 40 plus years of my life thinking pasta needs sauce, usually a red ragu marinara or whatever, but I learned from, I don't know if you heard of the world-renowned culinary foodie by the name of Lennox Albert Garcia Honey, but we were eating dinner and he likes his pasta with butter and salt.
Yep.
And so one day he was eating that and I was like, I want a bite of that for whatever reason. I was like, oh, this is really good. So if you take away like the red marinara sauce, because really when you throw a bunch of red marinara sauce, you're just eating red marinara sauce with pasta, and that's fine. But if you like lightly dress the pasta with butter, salt, some cheese, some black pepper, it's like
it's amazing.
It unlocks a new world.
Totally.
It's really a different experience, and I enjoy it more to where like now I don't even desire traditional spaghetti with the red sauce.
Yeah, I definitely have a couple other ways I prefer to eat noodles.
Yeah. Before
that, I do. The marinara has a place in my heart for sure.
Right. But I remember when I ate that pasta with butter, I was like, oh, this is really good. And you said, yeah. That's how I like to eat pasta.
I love to eat pasta noodles with butter, salt, pepper, and grated Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Or any kind of Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite way.
Yeah.
And I introduced that to you recently, and it blew your mind.
You did, absolutely. And Cacio and Pepe in that family. Mm-hmm. Amazing that it was from a flipping microwave. I mean, that blew my mind, but it was so good. Next item, Trader Joe's French Onion macaroni and cheese with Swiss and cheddar cheeses. So it's got two cheeses going on, croutons and roasted onion. So this intrigued me because the French onion aspect. So, honey, what does French onion soup mean to you in your life?
I really like French onion soup. And the place I've eaten it most often in my life is Mimi's Cafe.
Right.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mimi's Cafe. Every time I would go, I haven't been in a long time. I used to go often, though. I always got the French onion soup and a muffin because they have the best muffins. I think I would usually get the, they have like a sugar spice muffin. Mm-hmm. But the blueberry is really good also. And so that's what I would always order.
Yeah.
And I love French onion soup.
Did they give you a piece of bread with the soup?
Well, it comes on top, like with the cheese toasted on it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. To me, I think of a Panera, their French onion soup. And there's a lot of onions, and I love onions. It's super salty. It's super rich. It's super indulgent. Yeah. It's super good. So I thought Trader Joe's throwing in some French onion in the classic mac and cheese had to be a winner. What did you think, honey? Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
I thought it was very good. Mm-hmm. I wish the onion flavor had been stronger.
Yeah.
It was too faint.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up at all.
And I wish it had been a bit more saucy.
Yeah.
But that might have been because all the cheese congealed and crisped.
Yeah.
In the center of it,
instead
of spreading out.
Like you said, it turns into a hockey-sized disc of crispness, of cheese and the croutons, which sign me up. I'm all about.
It was delicious.
It was so good. So I thought, without that disc of yumminess, It was just mac and cheese.
It was just mac and cheese with a light onion flavor.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I just put a pile of cheese on a plate and I put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
And let it like get crispy.
Yeah.
That is so good. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, it's gooey, chewy, yummy texture, burnt. Oh, it's so good. But I thought when you combine the crouton disc block with the mac and cheese, outstanding. And then I took it up a notch, honey. So I took part of this cheese crouton congeniality, if that's a word, and I took some of that, and then I took it with a few Cacio e Pepe noodles. Outstanding. That was it was the best of both worlds. I was like, listen, Trader Joe, you don't know me, but I think I got an idea here. Take this disc thingy of cheese and croutons and put it on the Cacio e Pepe, and you got yourself a winner. That's
just like the product, that's a much better version of the product you showed me this morning, which was a cereal box that combines Twix.
Oh, yeah.
Cereal, no, not Twix, Trix.
Yeah.
Cereal with Cinnamon Toast
Crunch, yeah.
Together in the same box.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, they're both good cereals separately.
One's fruity and one's cinnamon sugar.
Yeah,
you don't want to mix those.
Yeah, combining them is just it's an atrocity. It's heresy. That's what I meant to say. So if you could pick one, honey, the French onion mac and cheese or the Cacio e Pepe, which one would you pick as the winner?
Give me that Cacio e Pepe.
Yeah, boy. I wish we bought two.
We each could have had our own.
Oh my god, that's the other thing. Neither of them were a lot of food, but it was filling.
It was very rich,
yeah.
And it's tons of pasta and cheese, so it was filling. I know. I looked at the plate and I was like, "This is not very much food."
Yeah, but
it was plenty.
Yeah, it was very good, and that's a good thing. It's not like a bag of Doritos where there's 7 servings,
and
it's not like downing a bag of Doritos where there's 7, 8, 9 servings in it, and eating that by yourself. We split these 2 items, and there's 2 to 3 servings in each. So it didn't set us back, send us completely off track, a little off track. But I will tell you, the French onion macaroni and cheese, according to mash.com, which is a website on the internet, honey. Here's the headline. The real reason this French onion mac and cheese from Trader Joe's has fans divided. And why do you think that is, honey?
Because French onion and mac and cheese is a wild concept.
No, you know what it is because I told you earlier. So in that dish, in the product, which is not a lot of food.
It's not.
I would even say the Cacio e Pepe, it was more filling, as you said.
Yes,
it was more rich. The mac and cheese was just mac and cheese with this disc on it.
A cheese disc.
Unintentional cheese disc. But that has fans divided because of its high caloric content for that box of mac and cheese. 960 calories.
I'm not surprised.
Really?
It's pasta and cheese.
Yeah.
And croutons.
Yeah.
Of course it's high in calories.
And it's sort of fried, or I don't know what they do to it, but they do something to make it more yummy and greasy.
More fat.
And crunchy and good. But yeah, 960 calories. The Cacio e Pepe, I don't have it in front of me, but I looked at it earlier. It was about 500 or 600 calories for the bag.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Give me some more.
Combine them. I say combine them. Alrighty. Well, is that the end of the program, honey?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for MailChimp. We don't have a promo code for MailChimp. Goodbye. I love you. We love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have said a Trader Joe's cashier hated her life, but I'm still a good person and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. That's the official end of the show, but here's some bonus content for those of you who follow us on OnlyFans. We don't have an OnlyFans. If you love ASMR or mukbang, or if you're a furry, here is us eating Trader Joe's Cacio e Pepe and French onion mac and cheese. Enjoy.
And oop.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's not a lot of food, but hopefully we'll be filling.
Oh, thank you, darling.
You want to taste the Cacio e Pepe? Cacio e Pepe?
Yeah.
Cacio e Pepe?
What's first?
I don't know. I don't know where to start.
Let's do Cacio.
Okay.
Is this called Cacio e Pepe?
Yeah, I think it's just when they put like pepper.
Well, Lennox, I'm glad you asked. It's described as spaghetti pasta in a rich creamy sauce with pecorino romano cheese and black pepper.
I'm getting really full.
You ate a lot. It's very peppery.
You're not salad?
And if you want to finish, I'll put your stuff in the fridge.
I'm gonna put this in some. How can I keep it in here? I wanna eat it.
You can keep it in there. It's fine. Are you leaving us?
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
Can I not do electronics?
Yes, you cannot do electronics.
Okay.
Hey Google, what does Cacio e Pepe mean?
I'll put this downstairs.
According to Wikipedia, cacio e pepe is a pasta dish from the cuisine of the city of Rome. Cacio e pepe means cheese and pepper in several Central Italian dialects. As the name suggests, the ingredients of the dish are black pepper, grated pecorino romano cheese, and spaghetti, or traditionally tonarelli.
It's good.
Very peppery. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And creamy AH.
Mm-hmm. Yummy.
What do you think about starting a mukbang YouTube? Of you eating. You'd be the eater in this. You'd be the star. I think you'd be good. We can make a lot of money.
Sure.
Get those ad dollars.
Yeah, this is very good.
Very, very good.
Very, very good. Heck of pepper.
It's like hot.
I'm ready to move on.
Okay.
If you're ready, lover.
I'm ready. What's next, honey?
Well, I'm glad you asked. This is the Trader Joe's French onion macaroni and cheese with Swiss and cheddar cheeses. That's 2 cheeses. Crouton and roasted onions.
Oh. Really good onion flavor. How do you eat this? Thank you.
Mac and cheese is just mac and cheese, but the crusty stuff.
I like the onion flavor. It's, it could be stronger, but I like it. Yeah, that crusty cheese is good. Crusty, musty, dusty.
Musty like Dixie D'Amelio.
The crusty cheese.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's like, gotta have a jackhammer over here.
It's surprisingly not hard to chew, though.
Mm-hmm. You ready to have your mind blown? What about Cacio with the crusty?
Now you're talking. What's Booper looking at, Len? It's really filling.
That's the winning bite. Cacio with crust.
I didn't do it. Sadly.
Are you getting your hair in your food like Luna?
Maybe a little. I'm getting full. How about you?
Nope.
No, I'm sick. I feel sick.
Carb overload.
Too much carbs and cheese. I'm not gonna eat your salad, Len. I'm gonna throw it away. I remember not liking it very much.
Yeah. The hairy-armed guy at Nectar would be disappointed in your meal.
I know. I think I've done everything wrong. I'm incorrect post juice fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna do the puzzle this weekend. Not right now, though.
And ooh!
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender?